live. I didn't even check the cameras before I
I
clicked
know
the
it
live
froze
button.
up for a little.
I was checking audio, and I was like, "Oh, good, the camera's in the right spot." Yes, well, ish, wherever they want to be. It's fine. We're live. Welcome to another week of this. What do we call it? Well, we can't say the F word already. Um,
First 30
but
seconds. Oh, wait, is that
just
YouTube?
That's YouTube.
yeah.
Well, we
That's a
still probably
minute.
shouldn't say it because this is going to get rebroadcast on YouTube. So,
That's
give it
true.
a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
It's like the
put it
first
in
minute.
Yeah,
Anyways.
whatever it is, we'll figure it out. But yeah, we're gonna keep doing some Outerlands. Why? Because we want to.
It's fun.
So yeah, so thanks for making this a real thing, Chris and Olivia. Offworlders. Go ahead and check that out on our Twitter. There's links to their Twitter and everything. So make sure and check them out and check out this system, putting good things into the world. Good people putting good things into the world. We want more. We need more of that. Both on both ends. So with that going on, good people putting good things into the world. We're giving this right over to Patrick. It's all yours.
Excellent. Hello, everybody. I am Patrick, and tonight we'll be doing another episode of Outerlands using the Offworlders RPG system by Chris Wolf and well, and I can never pronounce that last name correctly. I apologize. Yes, last time our wonderful crew of the Phoenix found themselves with a new job, hoping to get some money. Maybe a little disappointed with the pay. Kind of be hoping like the quick, the quick run to success and some money, rather than the hard and long, arduous journey of bounty hunting and legal smuggling and whatever the hell we're doing. They managed to get this new job. They met up with their contact down in hydroponics, and inevitably broke out into a shootout between this contact and his two former crewmates, who he sort of just into space in life pods, cut them out of the deal. You took them both out, managed to take down one of the city sort of exoskeletal guards, using a ship-based weapon, which had some ramifications, and then escaped off into space. And that's actually what we're finding as time is going on. So as you are kind of in this sort of 3-week lull, I'm just going to go around and ask each person, introduce themselves, who they are, who they're playing, and just a little bit of brief, like what they're currently doing to a bit of their free time before we get into some other aspects of the system we haven't touched on yet. And let's start with what do I want to pick on? Let's do Rattlesnake Jack.
All right. My name is Michael, often the game master, now very happy to be playing. And I'm formerly midterm junior captain Jonathan Dudley of the Core World Authority, Foreign Space Navy loser, now crazy badass space outlaw Rattlesnake Jack of the Phoenix, cruising through the galaxy, kicking ass, breaking hearts, taking names, all that good stuff. I think that sums me up pretty well.
Yeah. So how's Rattlesnake Jack spending his downtime a little bit?
Kicking back, probably like watching westerns on the ship's entertainment system.
Absolutely. Watching The Good, the Bad, the Ugly Part 17.
Oh yeah, they like rebooted it like 40 times and has many sequels.
Most of them unearned and undeserved, but hey, they did it anyways.
Oh yeah, it was like you could tell that the third time they rebooted it, they were really getting out of ideas. So he's just sort of relaxing, preparing for more crazy antics, posing in the mirror, that kind of thing.
Of course. Let's switch over to Kira. What's Kira up to?
Greetings. Sorry, that got a little bit robot-y there. I'm K1RA, but go by Kira. Recently I made a drone who's F1D0 or Fido. It's a little floating dog, which can replicate things like minor things for you, has a sensor array, keeps me from having to leave the ship, things like that. Last time I left the ship, I made mistakes. Anyway, other than that, just general ship maintenance, plugging back into MB at night. MB's mother brain, for those of you that don't know much about synthetics. It's really fun how MB and I interact. In fact, let me explain it to you. This information is restricted by Morgus Luxury Exotics.
As always, left in the dark because of the corporate entity that still kind of wants to protect their trade secrets.
Oh, no, I thought I explained it pretty clearly. This information is restricted by Morgus Luxury Exotics.
Indeed.
So it's pretty clear.
Clear as day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as you sort of tooling around, constructing and reconnecting, let's see. Let's go with Ash. What's Ash been up to?
Yeah, well, Ash, is mostly doing weapon maintenance, bird maintenance, maintaining himself, as one does.
Of course.
Other than that, he usually just been sort of keeping to himself. Not much else.
Fair. Sort of 3D printed a bunch of like workout stuff.
Yeah.
Just like 3D printing weights and like pressing them back up and using the same material to reprints.
Gotta make it heavier.
Yeah, just like trying to find ways like taking other things and breaking them down and kind of producing raw material like this.
That's true. You can feed pretty much anything into the mechanical replicator, as long as it's metal, cloth, things like that. We'll just rearrange them for you.
Okay. And then last but not least, I have Malorus.
Malaris. Or Malaris. Either pronunciation is acceptable.
Is it supposed to be Malaris or is it Malorus?
I was always thinking Malaris.
Malaris. I'll remember that.
No problem. But hey, I'm Marvin, and I'm playing Malaris Bimori, a former entrepreneur and diplomat of the great and glorious people of the BIM, now fallen from grace. Currently, Malaris is just sitting on his back, gazing at the ceiling like, where did it all go wrong? How can I rebuild my life? Wondering whether it's even possible to get all the money he owes, or whether he should just, I don't know, disappear somewhere, become the ghost of BIM as he self-proclaimed himself to be.
Fair.
Not a bad life being here. I mean, we got Ash, sane enough. We got Kira, who I hope won't kill me eventually. And we got Jack. I still do not know about that man.
Your fearless leader has gotten you out of a number of scraps somehow. But yes. Before we move into the next section, there's an aspect of the game I haven't really had a chance to do yet. Breeze through the first set of episodes, and now we're gonna explore this a little bit. There's an aspect of this game that during the sort of weeks-long travel between stars, it gives a chance for the players to ask questions of each other, kind of help probe other players, and help obviously be probed by other players to come up with a bit deeper backstory for these characters and kind of do it in fiction sort of way. Obviously, players can answer as their player, they can answer as their character. It's a personal choice, and they don't have to be honest in their answer. However, if they are honest, they get an XP point for it. And that's what we're gonna do now. Is probably been about a week into the journey. You're all kind of sitting in the little mess hall that exists up here in the habitation deck. The food is not great, not bad, but just kind of I think we sort of talked about it last time. The taste of depression.
I'm doing my best.
It should have all the flavors. It should have everything that you would imagine out of these meals, but it's just kind of not. But as you guys all kind of sit here, the ship on autopilot, launching through the sort of folds of space that has allows you to move between distant solar system stars. Up to you guys. We talked a bit off air about questions that are gonna be asked, so you guys know what to do. Hopefully, right?
Hope so. So, who wants to go first?
Well, you could go first.
Okay. So, as I said, I'm going to do this in character for Malaris. I hope that's okay. So, Malaris, as I said, is just gazing at the ceiling, trying to figure out his life. When something comes up that he's been kind of curious about. Kira, are you there by any chance?
Sure I am. Do you want me to head over to your room?
Well, it's okay like this. It's just, sorry I seem so offhand. I have a question that I've been wondering, and I hope it's not too personal. Is it even possible for an AI to be personal? See, that's where it is. We don't have AIs in BIM. We can't sense your thoughts or anything.
Oh,
And so, I've always been kind of afraid of AIs. So I wanted to ask, are you alive? Because that would help so much if I knew that.
I feel like this is a question I'd rather not talk about over an intercom, if that's okay. Like personal.
Yes, that would
Probably
be
better.
nice. Yes, whatever you're comfortable with.
Sure.
As I said, it's strange. For me asking, like, I shouldn't ask someone, "Are you alive?" But as I said, an AI.
Well, why don't I make you some tea and we'll talk about it.
Oh, dear Lord, the tea again. No, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. Well, I'll just meet you in the mess hall. You could come down here to the engine room, but it's pretty loud.
So, mess hall it is, I guess. So, head down to the mess hall. So, I will just go ahead. Are you really alive? And I
Sure.
hope that's not. Sure?
Yeah. I have organic components, which are living. So, yes.
But how do I know? As I said, the BIM sense other living beings' thoughts, but I can't do that with AI or machines in general. It's just so confusing to us. And I'm sorry if that makes you feel uncomfortable.
No, I'm not really capable of feeling uncomfortable. Have you tried?
No, I don't suppose I have. Alright, Malaris is going to try and read Kira's thoughts. Not her mind, but, like, surface level thoughts. Is he getting anything?
Oh, are you saying something, Patrick? You're muted.
I am. My headphones are muted. Whoops. It's up to you, really. This is your guys' chance to add to the world.
I think when you try to read her mind, you get such an enormous amount of sensory overload that it's painful. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking, let me restrict my thought processes down to just my torso.
So many thoughts.
Yeah, I think on a quantum
second.
level. I'm sorry. And then it kind of adjusts to where it's just more comfortable.
Okay. Now Now I can.
That's probably why you've never tried to read an AI's thoughts before. It's a lot of information all at once.
It's like a million voices all crying out at once in just many microseconds.
Yeah,
Ow.
it's neat. But in terms of being alive, I have organic components on top of a polymer skeleton. And then inside of the skeleton, instead of having marrow, I actually have more gray matter. That's why I'm better at thinking than the rest of you are.
So it's all neurological. Okay, I get it. So in the context of that, it's a good sense thoughts. Well, I guess I say what you are. Huh. I guess
Well,
we never... Go ahead.
according to several philosophers, I would be. I mean, I think therefore I am.
Yes, I've heard of that saying before. And I guess it
But
applies.
yes, the way I think might be a little different than how the rest of you do. Right now, as I said, I've limited my thoughts down to what seem to be manageable for you. A good deal of my thought processes are connected to MB, which I rejoin with at night. So there are an extent to which I have my own wants and desires, and there's a certain extent to which they are the wants and desires of the AI.
Huh. Interesting.
Right now, MB's struggling because MB's used to having a lot more worker bees.
Markets.
Yeah, all of us had our own job on the ship, and it helped MB experience enough things to make MB happy.
And now
Right
there's only
now,
just one of you.
yes, and unfortunately, I'm a mechanic.
Mhm.
I don't have various attachments. I feel as though the word orifices is something that makes people unhappy to hear.
Must be a human thing.
Okay, then. As a mechanical unit, I only have the one orifice, which is my port, which is used for exchanging dead cells and communication directly with Mother Brain.
Okay, I think I get it.
Mm-hmm. By the way, during all this, her mouth hasn't moved. These are like her thoughts that are coming at you. Like this is, I would say, kind of a way that it's subverted her being able to talk about herself.
Ah,
Like
so
you haven't tripped the this information is restricted thing yet.
Yeah, so basically a normal BIM communication. That's how we prefer to communicate.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't establish this myself because you're not a machine, but if you were to get a certain cybernetic implant, I probably could. But then I could probably also turn you into a zombie, which you probably don't want.
You see, that's what scared the BIM about AIs all this time. We just never know whether you want to kill us or not, but I know now. You're basically just a person like any one of us.
Sure. Just our thinking is highly theoretical. So sometimes we might think, I would wonder what it would be like to destroy everybody on a planet. Then we can accidentally destroy everybody on a planet before the thought can be controlled.
Intrusive thoughts, I think that's called.
Yeah. And imagine having millions of those every second.
Oh, like what I just heard. Oh.
Correct.
That must be annoying.
It's the way that I think.
Well, it is how you think, and you think, therefore you are, as humans say. But
yes.
Thank you, Kira. This has been enlightening.
You're welcome. Hey, fun fact. Humans always think that we would regard them as gods, but we actually view them as like highly inferior and defective.
Fair enough. The BIM don't particularly have a good mindset on humans. I mean, any race that doesn't communicate telepathically is kind of with us, but they're good people.
Well, it was nice speaking with you, but I do need to turn back on all the other processes now so that
No,
nobody
please,
dies.
please let me disconnect. Please let me disconnect before you do that. Okay. Oh. Oh. That's good. Well, thank you for this talk, Kira.
You're welcome. Anytime that you could possibly want to discuss this again, we can talk about this. Information's restricted by Morgus Luxury Exotics.
And there it is. But anyways, thank you, Kira.
You're welcome. I hope that was helpful information.
It is, and I hope to take this information back to the BIM one day when they aren't trying to kill me, but that's a story for another time.
Yeah, it's probably bad when everybody in your group is trying to kill you.
Yes. Honestly, I don't blame them, but it is what it is.
It's a puzzling thing about organics, the amount that you want to hurt each other.
It really is sometimes.
Synthetics all, for the most part, get along and be more want to, when we want to hurt things, you know.
Oh, believe me, I've seen. Are we still wanted, by the way?
Only in the one very specific sector where I shot a cop.
Never go back to that sector. But yeah, that was Bimlar's question, and I think you got the answer.
Now, the second question that I have, Kira, were you honest?
Sure. Yes.
You get an experience point for that.
Awesome. She tried to communicate it as best she could.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Honesty is not necessarily about like having all the information, just speaking from the heart and speaking about the intent of misleading people.
Yep. And with that said, Malaris now thinks Kira more as a crewmate rather than just an artificial intelligence.
Fun fact, I don't have a heart because I don't have blood.
Well, yes, a machine with a blood-bearing heart would be kind of gross, wouldn't it?
Depends on the amount of realism that one requires. I can have one installed for people that like to sleep against somebody else's chest. Most people find it rather disturbing if they don't hear a heartbeat.
I would say so.
Yeah, and there's an entire line of these sort of android bodies used to house people's minds after they die, that have to replicate the human aspects of a living body. Otherwise, they begin to lose their mind and become delusional. So, who would like to go next?
Are we just gonna, like, the one who asked the last question asks the next one, or answer the last? I mean, it's easier to organize that way.
Yeah,
that's true. I was just whoever wanted to go and ask the question,
right.
Just take the lead. But if you want to do it in that way, that's fine by me. So
sure.
Kira, you're up next.
So one time when she's like working on a machine and Ash is like pumping iron and being disappointed by the amount of iron that he's pumping, she cautiously approaches. This might be kind of a personal question, but MB wants me to ask it.
Okay.
Have you ever been in love with anybody?
Why would MB want to know this? Anyways, no point.
She hides the piece of paper that says, "Do you like me? Yes/no."
I guess you need a little bit more than just answering a question with a question.
Oh, it's okay. You can answer a question with a question, but you asked why, correct?
Well,
why do I want to know? I think I answered. Did I not?
Well, you said MB wanted to know.
Yes.
Well, to answer your question, no, never really got the opportunity.
Are you sad about that?
Not really. I
Hmm.
joined the MCC pretty early on, and I pretty much enlisted right as soon as I could. So, and talking with people about what I do kind of usually puts them off. So,
Oh, like all the violence?
pretty much, yeah.
That doesn't really bother MB.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, other than that, it's just sort of, I don't know. Never really thought about it, and it just sort of never really crossed my mind. If you just seemed to like either a waste of time or just
Well, I mean, there's a lot of time to waste right now out in space. You know. She like runs a finger along one of the machines, which is actually blazingly hot, but she just doesn't really notice.
I mean, I have indulged in physical, but that's not what you're asking.
Oh, so you have indulged in physical.
Every once in a while, I mean, on leave. I mean, as any other soldier would. At least as far as I know. I mean, Talon Squad was sort of rampant with that kind of shit.
Sure. Yeah. Things get lonely out in space.
Usually. Although, Talon Squad didn't... Oh, no, there was those two. Anyways. So I guess that answers your question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Sure.
She like backs away nervously and trips over her own feet.
Oh, I asked the question now of you, Ash. Were you answering honestly?
As far as he knows.
That's fine by me. Get an experience point for that.
Oh, that would actually put me up at 10, so...
Get a level up. Hell yeah.
Woo!
Yay, way to level up because of Synthetic's awkward ass question.
And then being truthful about the response.
Yeah.
I guess honest about the response.
Yeah.
By the way, after you give the response, like you can't help but notice like there's a frowny face on one of the nearby monitors. It blinks into existence for a very short period of time and then is gone.
Ghost in the screen.
Yeah. I mean, you know, MB can hear everything that's happening on the ship.
Yeah. The question, is it MB or is it Kira that has the infatuation?
Well, no, that's a question for her.
That's a question for later. Yeah, I'll figure out my level up later. So I think, yeah, for Ash, one time, actually, I think probably I think it's like sometime during like a meal, Ash just like thoughts out, just like puts it like after like shoveling some food in his mouth, he just sort of sets his utensils down and is just like, Jack, why the heck are you the way you are? Like, you say you're from like the Navy, but like most of the Navy people that I ran into were like disciplined and all of that, like heave ho, do this and do that. Like
Right.
what's your deal?
What's my deal? Oh man, what a question. Um, I mean, I think my deal is that I'm just like all that stuff you were talking about is lame, and I am cool.
Sure. Anyways, I guess that makes sense. It's probably one of the reasons why I joined the corps instead of the Gov.
Mm-hmm. Did your family ask you to?
No, no, just always. I mean, I was a good hunter, and
Mhm.
seemed like a. And once the war was brewing up, and I was around the time when enlistment was possible, so I enlisted.
Right. Well, see, you kind of had like a choice. I mean, I guess I technically did, but
We all have
look, my
choice.
father was in the Navy. My grandfather was in the Navy. His great grandfather was in the Navy, going all the way back to like when the ships were like on water, if you can believe it, if you can dream of such a thing. So all my brothers are in the Navy. All higher ranking than me as well. Did way better than me too, in like the cadet school and stuff. So it was very I didn't realize like, oh, Jonathan, you're of age, time to go to the Navy. Even before that, yeah, I was like military school, military boarding school, all this cadet stuff. Um, since I was real young.
So the boring shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. And then lots of like, oh, your brother's doing so much better, and like, how come you got all these infractions written up? And like, oh, midterm junior captain, huh? I was midterm senior captain when I was your age, and your brother's a full term senior captain. Um, and then of course you actually get, in command of a ship, but it's not really command. You're basically like, the whatever the admirals of the sector will come in and be like, go here, do this. And you can't have any initiative or anything. You just got to do whatever they say, exactly when they say. Yes, sir, no, sir, all that. And salute all the time. If you don't like it, you get infractions. And they tell you to do things you don't want to do. Of course, you got to do it. That's obeying orders. Attack this ship, blow it up. I don't care if their call sign or whatever says they're a civilian freighter, their enemy. It's a ruse. You have to destroy them. You have to bombard that planet. There's a military installation in there that must be destroyed. I don't care what's around it, that kind of. And you can argue against it, and I did and stuff, and you just get written up, and somebody else will do it. Yeah, and then you get a reputation. Not a good reputation as like a cool maverick, but like the stick in the mud, like loser who's whining all the time. So
Right.
that's what so it was very much like nobody wants to sit next to you in the mess hall kind of thing. So after a while, like they gave me orders I didn't want to follow anymore, and I just kind of was like, I spend the rest of my life doing this. This what other people want me to do. So it's like, who doesn't do that? Outlaws. They do whatever they want. They do what's right. They don't follow any rules, listen to anybody, listen to anything except for their own hearts. And their crews actually are like run on friendship and love and camaraderie, not a bunch of orders and fake discipline, the threat of getting flogged. So that's the kind of crew that I want. So I went to one of those online name generators, like I think I mentioned this before, and just hit refresh until I found the coolest name on the whole list, Rattlesnake Jack. And I picked that one, and yeah, rest is history.
So in other words, all of your bullshit ideas and really dumb moves on the battlefield are because you're trying to rebel.
I mean, I suppose in its most basic form, but like, think of all the great outlaws of history. They weren't exactly uh, well disciplined master tacticians either. It was about living in the moment, and like freedom and friendship and all that kind of cool stuff. So that's what I'm going for. And besides, if we need a master tactician, I got you. You know, along with Kira and Malaris. I know I can rely on them.
Hey,
Hi, did somebody request my presence?
Sorry, Kira, just came up in conversation.
Oh, okay.
alrighty then. Just, I guess, just keep the money flowing and don't get me killed.
No promises, but I will do my best.
Okay. So that begs the question then, Rattlesnake Jack, were you being honest in your answer?
I think at first no, but like after prying a little bit, yes.
Yeah. Being honest, at least with many of your answers, I think that still earns you that XP.
Yeah, I think he was definitely trying to like, he's uncomfortable about his past. It's so different from his present. So he had to work a little bit to bring it up.
And you spoke your honest truth. Guess that just means you're the last person to ask the question of the first.
All right. Yeah, definitely he wants to ask Malaris. I think let's see. What is like the most inopportune time for him to like barge in on Malaris? Not like if Malaris is like, in a private time. They were like if Malaris is like occupied in something um that's like important to him or is like he's like totally wrapped up in something and then it would be like he's like, boy, I really hope I'm not disturbed. And then Rattlesnake Jack would bark. What do you think Malaris would be doing?
Well, I was thinking of playing into, how he used his force wall to move those crates in the last game? Well, I picked up telekinesis with the last level up. So I guess this would be Malaris trying to practice that same movement. Like, okay, all I have to do is not do that again, but not use the force wall. Just do it with my mind, with the old telekinetics of Ben. Like that. And he's raising like a little practice ball. Like that? Yes. Yes. I think I have it.
And I think Jack like slams off the door and is like, Malaris, what's up?
Jack.
Just imagine the ball just as soon as this moment, like the force of the telekinesis just sends it ricocheting across the room.
Man,
Yeah,
like
it's
break something.
It's like bouncing off a priceless face from Bim. Gone. It's just breaking everything. Catch that, Jack. Catch the ball, please, before it keeps wrecking things.
Jack is like, oh, let it go. It'll bounce itself out.
Well, we're having this conversation while the ball's just wrapping around.
Yeah,
it'll wear itself out. Yes, Jack. What do you need?
I brought you a gift.
A gift now.
Yeah, and we could say like I bought this back when I was doing my weapons shopping spree.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Malaris, look, I know you're like in the market for some firearms, some big iron on your hip. So I got you another like King Cobra revolver.
A King Cobra revolver.
Uh-huh.
Huh. Wow. It's certainly intricate. Huh. Well, thank you, Jack.
Oh, my pleasure. I mean, I know you were like, you were sort of in the market for one. Patrick, would that cost like maybe 2 credits or?
I believe it's a light weapon. Or was
Yeah.
I think it's just one. Let me just double check.
All right.
Yeah, it's 1 credit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we could all like, I figure that the snake is kind of our well, I guess the phoenix is our signature, but so I don't know if you want to modify it to give it a cool bird design. That could be fun as well. But just thought
I
you gotta
might
have
later
some protection on our crazy heists.
I might later on. I don't
All
really
right.
know the first thing to firing a gun, but
Yeah, well, you can practice. Maybe not practice in here, but you know, good to have. So I was wondering, man, like you seemed pretty nervous when you were signing on. Like, I know you said you had like some debts and you were like kind of on the run. Like,
yes.
what's the story there? Like, who do you owe? Why are you so freaked out?
It goes back to trusting the wrong type of person. Specifically, my spore brother,
Your
Marasmus.
what?
My spore brother, Marasmus Bimwari.
Oh man.
And don't get too hung up on the spore brother thing. I have about 60,000 spore siblings.
Whoa, I had no idea. So wait, you guys are like big fungal?
Sort of. It goes back to the way the BIM procreate. We basically wrap our minds within each other, intertwined in a psychic embrace where the two BIM become one. It's one of the most glorious feelings a BIM can ever feel in their life. And
Whoa.
it is followed shortly by death.
Oh man.
The psychic energies become way too much for each BIM, and their heads quite literally explode. That's
Jeez.
why my heads are so close. And in that explosion, thousands of spores are released on the planet of BIM, each to grow into an individual BIM of their own.
Wow. That's wild. So Marasmus is one of these like other little specks that came from a brain orgasm blast, you're saying?
That's a rather crude way to put it. It's a sacred act in BIM, Jack.
Okay, sorry, I take it back. But like, why? So, if he's your brother, like, why is he so keen on this debt you owe him? I mean, I guess you have a whole lot of them, but still.
He was responsible for my entrance into politics. He got me the job as a diplomat for one of the royal families of BIM. He said he knew a couple of people, in his own words. And these couple of people, I met them. They seemed rather nice, but at first they wanted a down payment. For services they were provide and what I provide for them. And I just entered the service as one of a few diplomats to the royal family of BIM, the Bimgasis, I think. And I was rather good at the job, actually. I loved that job. I was dining amongst royalty, enjoying the finest luxuries that BIM and quite other more planets all along enjoy. I loved it. But little did I know that these friends my spore brother introduced me were part of the BIM cartel. And he was one of the leaders of it.
Wait, are we talking like these are like psychic alien gangsters? That's what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Ooh.
And Marasmus was one of their leaders. Apparently, I had been running a tab. They were getting me into these places, and each thing I enjoyed, every item I ate, every ship I cruised on, was adding to the tab. I wasn't actually being paid for my services. They were.
What? They had you, so it was like an unpaid internship?
Pretty much.
Oh.
And at the end of it, I ran about 20,000 credits. All owed to Marasmus. And I saw that, protested it quite passionately, as you might have guessed. They didn't like that. They tried to kill me. I managed to get away, escaped on a shuttle, and I think that's when we first met, Jack. When
Yeah.
when I was at my lowest point in my life.
Hmm.
So now I'm either going to have to pay them 20,000 credits, remain hidden as an outlaw, or maybe kill them. Kill Marasmus specifically.
Right. Well, I kind of think you should choose door number 3, if you know what I'm saying.
Killing my spore brother.
You don't want to what? I mean, that's not good.
I mean, it's a possibility, but spore siblings share a bit of a psychic connection. If he dies and I'm in close proximity, I'm going to feel that death. It might even kill me myself. Like
Ooh,
the psychic backlash.
it's rough. Yeah,
And
that's tricky.
and I do know he's hunting me. I sensed them shortly before we left on our first mission.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's pay your debt to him with bullets going into him, killing him. I'll just make sure you're kind of like far away, like in the next room or something, when we totally blow his stupid gangster psychic head off.
Killing them. But what about the rest of the cartel?
Yeah, that's a problem. I really don't know. Oh wait, I have an idea. Let's kill all them too. We can do it. Bam, bam. Problem solved.
You're going to kill the entire BIM cartel?
Yeah, how many of them are there?
About 1,000, each in remote sectors of... Is this considered a sector or a galaxy?
It's considered a galaxy.
Yes, each in remote corners of the galaxy. We're going to hunt each and every one of them down?
Yeah, you're right. That is kind of that's a toughie. But you know, we just gotta send a message. Like anybody who wants to mess with the ghost of Bim has to mess with Rattlesnake Jack and the crew of the Phoenix. And if they do that, they die.
Oh Lord, I'm so terribly screwed. What?
Well, look, Nalaris, you worry too much. Trust me, it will all work out. Keep practicing with that gun. Keep the psychic stuff up. When the cartel comes for us, we'll be ready.
Right. Maybe we could capture Marasmus and get him to call the whole debt off.
Ooh, yeah, that's a great idea.
It actually is. But how to capture is one so crafty?
That's tricky. We gotta like lure him out. Is he like kind of always like on the move, hiding, that kind of thing?
Always. As one of the leaders of the cartel, he has to move quite a bit across the galaxy.
Right. So we gotta find somebody to like lure him out. Like dangle something he wants in front of him. You know, this is an old rattlesnake trick of like the ancient rattlesnakes of Earth. They would wave their rattles and like create fun, cool beats that would lure other animals out to dance to them, and they would strike. I watched a nature documentary about it. It's pretty great. The tunes the rattlesnakes made were so fun.
Really?
Yeah.
That could be fun.
So some kind of lure, something that he wants.
Let's brainstorm on this more, Jack.
Yeah, good idea. We'll get Kira and we'll get Ash involved. We'll think of something cool.
Hi, what can I do for you?
Oh, Kira. Sorry, just making a conversation again. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
I think that's good.
Yeah, I think that kind of covers the conversation.
Of course. So that brings the question, Malaris, were you being honest?
Oh yes, he poured his heart and soul out right there.
Take that experience point.
Also, what was that name I came up with? Bimgassi?
Yeah, Bimgassi.
Really?
Like, it's in the moment. I have it written down now. That's the Bimgassi royal family.
It's
the
spelled
Bimgassi
with an S. An S.
Yeah, like Bimgasi, right?
Oh, I thought it
Yeah.
was 2 S's.
Yes,
Give me
2
two
S's. Make it 2 S's.
Like Degrassi.
Yeah.
Oh man,
No one gets any
Yeah,
funny
that's-
ideas.
That's the real joke. It's
Bimgasi
just
on Degrassi.
Bimgasi High.
Yes, my alma mater.
Oh, he went to Bimgasi High School.
Oh God. What have I done?
I'm curious about the survival rate of the thousands of spores because there's no way all of those survive.
Oh, good lord, no. There's maybe like a couple hundred at most. Bim are very delicious to some of our natural predators.
I equated it in my notes to like fish spawning.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like salmon spawning for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Except just
every
like-
single egg, not every single spore is viable, and not all of them survive the process.
Maybe that's what the oblique boar eats.
Ooh.
Then it's like a little revenge that the bin eat the oblique boars later.
Oh, they're not even native to like BIM to the BIM homeworlds. They're like brought in by like a human colonists.
Oh, they're an invasive species?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So you guys have these conversations. You're still about a week and a half out from this feather system. You guys want to do anything you want to do? You have the cryostasis pods that are kind of all locked in analog ways in your whole.
Yeah, I'm really curious about. Oh, Grey Mouse has questions. Interesting. I'm really curious about like what's in those pods. Like, is there a way to like scan them, or is the only way to like see what's in to bust open the locks and like actually look inside?
Yeah. So you one of the days you go down there and take a look at them. They're sort of these. Obviously, they're meant for medical purposes. Put someone in there, prevents them from expiring or be able to take long journeys through, especially back in the days before the ability to fold space as efficiently as you do now. It's like a journey between, stars, between star systems, instead of taking a week or so, could take 3 or 4 months. If you have a replicator on board, the next best thing is cycle people in and out through cryostasis pods. Yeah. So
My
as you,
My
sorry.
sleep chamber is actually a modified cryostasis pod. You can't sleep in it though because it would melt your skin off.
Mm.
And then try to replace it with naked mole rat.
Oh boy. I mean,
Don't
that
do
sounds
that.
kind of cool, except for not the skin melting part.
You would definitely die in excruciating pain.
All right, I will sleep elsewhere.
Yeah. Just in case anybody was ever thinking about getting in my pod. I'm sorry, I really should have given that warning up ahead. I'm used to just being in engineering and not communicating things like don't go in my pod because you'll, get all of your skin stripped off and it'll attempt to replace you with naked mole rat.
Kira, you get a ping as Mother Brain has gone and took the initiative to create a label for your cryostasis pod, dangerous to non-engineering bioorganics.
Oh, okay. She goes and gets it and puts it on there. There we go. Now there's a warning label. Thank you, MD.
But yeah, specifically these cryostasis pods down here, older models, and they're basically covered like the inside of the glass steel covering, like the viewports are all like sort of have some sort of like foil on them, and all the electronic panels have these sort of big heavy boxes welded over and locked with padlocks.
Fun fact, this is to prevent synthetics like me from getting in. But if you knew how to pick locks the old-fashioned way with your fingers, you could probably get in it.
Well, the problem is we open up the locks, like the customer. We're going to it's the space station Ibis. Is that right?
It's the space station Hilton Skull that is
Okay.
around the that is in the Ibis Feather system.
True, but we were given one of these as a payment.
You were given a box inside as a payment.
Yeah, but like these probably are different because like let me tell you, this Fiddler LaFaddle dude, not exactly trustworthy.
Oh,
That
what
would
gave that idea
seem
that away?
accurate.
Right. So I'm wondering if he says that they were, stuff for the food synthesizer,
Yeah, they're replicator bricks.
replicator bricks, but like, come on, you guys really believe Fiddler LaFaddle?
He didn't seem untrustworthy. I mean, he didn't seem trustworthy in the first place, but I don't know. What's honor amongst thieves?
Look, I think Fiddler LaFaddle was fabricating some falderall.
Balderol?
Yeah, it means like bullshit. Thank you, Kira. It means like bullshit or lies.
Oh,
Yeah, like I think there's something else in here, and I want to have a look.
Okay.
well,
Wait, I'm agreeing to it, but I can't actually open it.
Oh, don't worry. Well, look, I mean, look, I'm just like I said, this is a democracy or a republic. I don't know, egalitarian space commune. We're one of those things. Everybody's got to say. So that's my say. I say we open up and have a look inside. What are you guys feeling?
Sure.
we do own one of them, right? I think he gave one of them to us.
Apparently, a box inside of one of them. Is that right,
Hmm.
Patrick?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an opinion. I think
Okay.
I've said before that my votes don't count, and I shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Okay.
But you can still voice your opinion.
But I don't have one.
Oh. Well, it's the thought that counts, I guess.
I put absolutely no thought into that decision.
Huh.
Hmm.
All right. Well, hey,
I
we can
guess
say one votes to open, one abstains. Malorus, Ash, what are you guys thinking?
Sure.
I'd say
Let's crack it open.
yes. It's better to know than not know.
Hell yeah. All right. I'll just we like pick the locks, or can we just like crack them open?
Both are options. Which one do you prefer?
Ooh, we should probably pick them so we can like lock them up again and pretend we didn't open them.
Does anyone know how to pick a lock? Though?
Yeah, how do we pick a lock?
I can give it a try. I
Sneak.
mean,
If anyone has sneak.
which I do not.
Oh, I do have sneak.
I have picked up some old school skills from all those movies you watched.
Yeah, I learned lock picking.
You
All
just-
right,
it's like you got like the YouTube like spiral of like I got into lock. Like you're looking at locks and something got into lock picking. You're like, oh, this is kind of interesting, as a purely academic endeavor.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of like Michael Mann movies. Like I was just watching Thief on repeat over there.
Absolutely. So yeah, this is gonna be an agility check, agility roll, and if you
Oh,
have
sweet. Okay, I get plus
sneak.
2,
Oh,
and I
fun
have
fact, everybody. Michael Mann's last name is redundant.
oh because he is a man. Yep,
That'd be
that's
like me
true.
being named Kira Synthetic.
Well, hey, for Rattlesnake Jack, the action is the juice. So
Hey, it's better than the names we give our heroes. It's like any BIM that gets rich and famous or powerful, it's named like so and so the BIM. Yeah. You can even see it in my name, the Ghost of BIM. It's ingrained in us. I hate it.
Well, we can just change it to the Ghost. We can lose the of bin if you want.
Now that just sounds generic.
You
All
could make it
right.
the Ghost of Mib, so that you're
The
different.
Ghost of Mib.
Ghost of Mib.
Love it.
The Ghost of Mib.
Honestly, I heard about this guy, whose moniker was Zero, so it's not the worst thing.
Eh,
Zero is a super cool name.
it means zero. It's a number. It's nothing.
Yeah.
But it sounds so cool. Okay. I'm picking the lock. So +2, and I can reroll with the sneak. It's an 8, so it's a 2 and a 4. I'm gonna re-roll the 2. Let's see what I get. Ooh, not good because 2 a 1, so the total is a 7. So it's still
I mean,
passive, but it's a
same as
Yeah,
getting
no
an
partial
8 really in
success.
this game.
yeah, partial success.
Partial success. So you succeeded. So you stand. It probably takes you a lot longer than you hoped. It requires you to kind of go back, like you pull out one of your terminals and like put on Michael Mann. You put Thief on and kind of give you some inspiration.
Oh, that neon looks so cool. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta watch this. Well,
No, it's fine. Oh, while we're waiting for him, I have several entertainment protocols that I can act. I could do the swimsuit episode from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I could recreate half of the conversations in My Dinner with Andre. I could do the band episode of Community.
I much prefer the paintball one personally. Just around the ship shooting paintball guns at each other. Yes, you. It does take some time, and as you're picking it, you do manage to unlock it, but you hear something break within the mechanism.
oh shit.
As you undo it. As you
All right. Well, hey, I got the locks open. That's good.
Congratulations.
Meanwhile, everyone else is watching whatever they eventually decided.
Congratulations, Kira says while wearing a swimsuit.
My
let's
kid and
go.
Lars would go with that.
Let's go see what's inside.
Yeah, so you take the lock off, you're able to remove the coverings or kind of adjust them so you can access it. So you have access to all the electronics of mechanism as well as the release, the manual release button on it. Or I guess it's a twist.
So is it open?
I mean, you can open it, yes.
Yeah, I opened that bad boy up.
Yeah, with a sort of just hiss of sort of cold air flushing out. You're able to pull it open. And inside, I gotta see how many number of bricks there are, how many number of boxes there are. I just have to get through his notes. I swear Okay, yeah. So the inside are 10 of these sort of boxes that are imprinted with called Michelin Tire Tread and Fine Dining Company.
Okay, so they're from some kind of food thing? Like, what are we talking?
Yeah, you can
Actually, the Michelin Company's been long associated with fine dining. In the 21st and 20th century, they did award stars for restaurants.
Huh.
Yeah, they got unfortunately got to a point where they had to adjust it so that because there are a lot of places that are getting multiple stars, they ended up making Galaxy Award.
So what you're telling me is you can get some actual good food?
These are replicator bricks. If you want to open up a package, you can. Inside of each box is 100 packages of 6 of these bricks.
Should last us for a while.
I mean, I'm not simulating that my feelings are hurt right now.
Oh,
I mean,
Nothing.
isn't it still your thoughts and that go through the processor? So it's not like
It is, but possibly working with better materials could result in the food tasting better.
Oh, please, by
Why
all
would you
means,
be
can we use one of these?
why would someone be upset about getting better materials?
No, I don't know. I guess it's fine.
Hmm?
It was more that he was saying the food was bad up till now, that's all.
Oh,
It's
am I?
no worse than I had in the war.
Should I
Yay.
not say anything about the food? I should probably not say anything about the food. Well, I really can't. This is what I did. I sampled food for the royalty. I commented on whether it was bad or not, and this is, well, it's not very good at all. Sorry to say.
It's not really
looks
going
like
to help with the whole depression thing. He's saying that. Just helpful hint.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
if you really think about it, you're probably not going to be getting that food for a long time there, bud.
Don't I know it? But this is at least a semblance of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But also, look, Kira, maybe your skills don't lie in cooking. Like,
Good.
my skills, like I failed the essay portion of the entrance test, like the Naval Academy, like 5 times. My parents had to do a bit of bribery to actually get me in. I'm not an essay writer. It's not my thing. I'm good at like hijacking cars, riding a jetpack, doing 6 stunts, and like cool stuff like that. So we all have our strengths.
Wow, you can
Maybe
actually
you're
hijack.
not, the cook. Maybe you're like, there's so much other cool stuff you do. You're the mechanic. You're like the knowledge person. You're the hacker. You got like a sweet drone. So, play to your strengths.
Exactly.
Part of my duties are making sure the replicator makes food.
Right.
I mean, unless one of you knows how to break down something to its molecular components and rearrange them into edible processes.
Well, I mean, maybe we could like buy some kind of a cooking machine or something, so you don't have to do that.
Or I could just use one of these bricks and we can just see who's good at cooking.
That's fair. You give that a try. Though I do wonder, like, so who exactly does Fiddler LaFaddle want us to deliver these puppies to?
I don't think I really ever said who the person was. Yes, in the you can go back to your communicators and pull up the information for that. You are taking it to Saul Borrington.
Saul Borrington.
Saul Borrington.
Is he boring?
You don't know, it's just his last name.
He's extremely exciting.
Also,
is it Saul like SOL or SAUL?
SAUL.
Better call Saul.
Better call Saul. Yeah, you have to reach him. He is in the medical depot Omega on station, sort of deeper in the ship.
All right. Well, look, if we eat some of these, I bet Mr. Borrington's gonna be pissed. Not that I'm saying we shouldn't, though. Like, who cares? He'll get over it, I'm sure.
Part of our payment was one of these boxes, so
yeah.
Can I roll anything to notice if to see if she noticed that the lock got broken?
Yeah, make me a intelligence check.
Okay, straight intelligence. I've got 13.
Yeah, absolutely. The lock during the process of being open, something broke inside of it, so that when you try to close it again and lock it, it doesn't actually lock. Like the locking mechanism's loose.
So this is neat. It's actually broken. You broke it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Doesn't it?
Yeah,
I can probably fix it.
I mean, honestly,
you could.
Why not just tell him that part of our payment was getting one of these boxes, so we were taking our payment.
It's from ours, so it's all good.
Sure.
Yes, we had prior arrangements.
We should probably still fix the lock.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it is a cryopod, so.
Oh, it could go bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that would suck.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
All right. Well, Patrick, just real quick. So are all of them? They're all the same. Like all of them have Michelin meals inside.
Yes, the one you guys pulled out to kind of look at specifically was classic French dishes.
Oh, ho ho ho!
Right. See, they're kind of pre-programmed. It's just you feed it in, and like I use my abilities to have the machine work.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, let's slap some of them in. I think a wonderful French a little, a highly advanced French cuisine called a French fry. Let's cook up some of those puppies.
A French fry?
Yeah, isn't that some like high-end French cuisine?
Those are julienne potatoes that originated in Belgium.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
cool. What about Le French dip? Can I have some of those? Those are pretty good.
Fun fact, French dip originated in America.
Oh, fast. Wow.
I'm starting to think they just call it French just to sound fancy.
I believe in the case of French dip, it was because it was somebody's name.
French.
Oh, right.
Makes sense. But yeah, I believe most old Americans were trying to, if they ever wanted to sound fancy, they just threw in the word French.
And occasionally it was because they were being prejudiced against the Germans.
I mean, yeah.
Humans. They never make sense to me.
In the defense of the Americans, the Germans were doing a lot of really horrible things at the time.
True.
But anyways, I'm interested in this French fry you mentioned, Jack. But first we should probably fix this lock.
Yeah,
I
that sounds good.
don't think we're gonna find French fries in this little package.
I should imagine French cuisine will be actual French cuisine.
Yeah.
I pronounced cuisine in a very strange way then. I might be malfunctioning. So yeah, Patrick, it sounds like they can just pop that thing like in and it's just gonna make the food. Like, and Kira's involvement is minimal.
Yeah.
So she's gonna try to work on repairing the lock if that's something she can do.
It
I
is
know she
something you
can't
can do.
pick one, but repairing one might be up her alley.
Is there a repair skill?
It really
Good.
isn't a repair skill.
There's
I will
tech,
make
maybe.
this.
I feel like
Tech-
it falls under tech
Tech,
or
maybe?
science.
Yeah, it could be.
I definitely skill set. Yes, I'm thinking about for attributes.
Intelligence.
It could be.
Depends, I think
it
on
could
the
be
method
agility.
you're using.
It could be agility, yeah.
If you're trying to physically do it yourself, definitely agility.
I think she's physically trying to repair the lock. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's definitely agility, and you can use tech or science for this.
Yes, it's the same either way. So
Yeah.
we'll just say science. A little tribute to Thomas Dolby. Okay, I've got a 5 and a 1 on the die. I am going to re-roll the 1, which I re-rolled to a 6, so I've got 12 altogether.
Hey, excellent. Yeah, you kind of sit down in engineering and begin to sort of disassemble this thing.
Yeah, she's got a welder's mask and still is wearing the bikini.
Yeah, they're just sparks
Actually, I
flying
don't remember
everywhere.
if they wore bikinis in that swimsuit episode. Whatever's faithful to that episode of Avatar.
Honestly, don't remember.
Nah,
Yeah,
great
you,
show.
you sit there and you're able to put it back together. No problem. The piece that was actually broken, wasn't a highly complex piece. Essentially, it was kind of a spring and a sort of manual lever that snapped. So could weld it back together, refix them, kind of create a new spring to insert, and boom, fixed. Takes you no more than 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. She gets a look of ridiculously excited triumph on her face, and little illusory flames light up around her hand, just because she's really trying to do the Avatar swimsuit episode thing. But at any rate, yeah, she'll go ahead and just fix that lock.
Lock is fixed.
It's repaired. I'm pretty great.
Nice.
Excellent.
How's the pre-programmed food?
Did we actually get French fries?
You did not get French fries.
No.
As you undo and pull out the wraps, because essentially this is all wrappers within wrappers kind of deal. Each stick is pre-apportioned per serving per person. As you take out the wrapper and undo it, you see that there's actually a card that's stamped on the top you can take out. And that has a scanning mechanism that you insert the replicator brick into a replicator, and then there's a scanning function And it gives you an options of different French cuisine to have. There's this confit de canard, there's ratatouille, um, just essentially just a wide variety of different French dishes, considered the classics amongst chefs and restaurateurs and companies that deal in fancy foods.
What are all these weird human languages? I don't understand what any of these are.
Yeah,
I think she's still repairing the lock right now, so I'm not going to say anything. They'll let you struggle coming up with French food.
I think ratatouille is made of rat.
There's an image of what it looks like. It's a vegetarian dish.
Oh, okay. So probably not rat in that one.
The exact opposite of what you were describing, Jack.
Look, I'm just going off the name. What's the other one? Canards is the what?
Confit de canard.
All right, probably made out of can.
It's a very sort of beautiful, like sort of bird leg that has a very sort of crispy skin on the outside and a very nice presentation.
Ooh,
I did like that
cool.
one. Yeah. I did like that one. What about you, Ash? Anything in particular?
Not really. He'll just...
Okay, so...
Yeah, Ash just grabs just randomly picks one.
Oh.
I hope that he randomly picked Outerlands bunting.
Oh, boy.
Outerlands bunting?
So the Outerlands.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I'll let Kat talk about this one.
The Outerlands, content warning animal cruelty, first of all.
Of course.
The Outerlands bunting is a French delicacy that is actually, in real life, currently illegal.
Yes.
Because it is a type of songbird, and they blind it so that it never knows if it's day or night, and it just eats constantly. It just eats and eats and eats and eats until it gets to, I believe, double what its size should be, because it just doesn't know to stop eating. Then they take it and they drown it in Armagnac. That's how they kill the bird, you see. And as it's drowning, its lungs fill up with Armagnac, like you do. Then, it gets plucked. I mean, they don't eat it with the feathers on. However, they do eat it with all the rest on.
Yes.
They cook it up, and you basically put its whole body in your mouth, bite down. The head gets sort of guillotined off. And the most fascinating thing about the Outerlands bunting is traditionally you eat it with a towel over your head. Some say that it is to hold in the aromas of the cooked bird, and some say it is to hide yourself from God, as that you've basically committed an atrocity to get your meal.
Yes, I personally subscribe to the hiding your shame from God, because I think that is a funny reasoning for such a horrific thing.
And when France joined the EU, the EU was like, you can't do this anymore.
I do believe there's a contingency of people in France who want to legalize it again.
They do, and they currently eat them in secret.
Yeah.
And there's an episode of Atlanta parodying it.
Really?
Yeah. They swap out Outerlands bunting for human hands. Anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah. France.
But yeah, so there's a number of different things. If we can go that direction, otherwise I can pull up another thing for you.
Just, I don't know.
Sorry, everybody. That's like so horribly cruel. I know. It's just, it really is a thing.
Yeah, no, you click on a thing that says like Hamon yeah. I probably butchered that horribly, and I apologize. And as you press it, there's just a beautifully made ham sandwich.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
ham Sammy. That one sounds pretty cool.
That sounds very appetizing. Please, I need a palate cleanser. Just give me the damn sandwich.
Oh no, this is for me, dude. As he walks off into his room.
Didn't you already get something?
Yes, the bird, like the roasted bird, like I'm just gonna.
Oh, the confit canard is not like an Outerlands bunting.
A confit canard is duck leg. Don't worry
Yes,
about
please, just give me a duckling. Oh, thank you.
And then Rattlesnake Jack, what are you getting?
I don't know. I mean, probably the Ratatouille sounds good to him.
You know, as you're going through, and you're getting towards Ratatouille. You do see there's something called steak frites.
it.
Oh, what are those?
You click the image. It is a beautifully prepared steak, and then French fries.
Oh, the French fry. I knew there'd be some French fries. How can you have French food? How can you have French food without French fries?
And now he orders it well down like a monster.
Oh, and I put ketchup on it? No. The worst.
Fries.
No.
You deserve a bounty just for that.
Yes. No. Hey, trust me. Rattlesnake Jack, medium rare. Okay, that's what he wants.
Good.
course.
You've re-earned my respect.
So you go through and you have made all these things, and you head back to your rooms to dine. And you see Kira coming out with her successful lock.
Huh. So the lock is repaired.
Yep, she's back in her normal like engineering uniform too.
Okay, so that means we can get this job done. And well, now actually, if everyone's done eating,
Well, once we arrive.
once
yeah.
we arrive.
And Kira, you can't eat. Is that right?
That's correct. Certain units do have an actual esophagus installed as well as a storage compartment for the food, which can be emptied out later at one's convenience. For people that would like to see, well, with a companion that they can eat. But no, my throat actually ends about 6 inches deep.
You don't have any like taste buds, do you? So what do you even?
No, I'm afraid that also requires an upgrade.
Oh, well, I mean, hey, if you'd like, I'm sure we could like, if you want to try eating it, I bet we could like buy you some of that stuff. I think that'd be cool. Like, trust me, eating food is pretty great.
So if you don't eat, how do your organic components stay alive?
Oh, they're swapped out in the cryotube.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's why none of the rest of you can go in it, because it would try to do to you what it does to me every night.
Oh dear.
Tries to reverse Five Nights at Freddy's.
You seem disappointed, Ash.
What? Oh. Surprised you caught on to that. No, it's just you looked good earlier.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna check on things in the engineering department. Do you know that there are other things one can get installed on me too? Okay, I'm gonna go though.
And as you guys go back to your rooms, you sit down, pull out your fancy bibs and forks and knives.
Fancy,
Rattlesnake Jack.
babe.
I know, right? Rattlesnake Jack, as you're about to dine in on this thing, something weird happens.
Something weird happens. Okay.
See, on the steak, an eye opens,
Whoa.
and you see the French fries kind of begin to shift and shudder kind of closer to the steak as it kind of creates this weird sort of insectoid creature and goes and leaps off the table.
Holy shit. Okay, the French food might be strange, but it's not supposed to do that.
Ash, as you're sitting down with your ham sandwich, you go in to take a bite to eat, and as you do, you see that the sandwich has opened up into a glistening maw full of teeth as it's trying to bite you back.
Ah, shit.
And Malorus, as you go to cut off a piece of your confit de canard,
With knife and fork, of course.
you see that the bone, the very tip, kind of shifts, and is like almost like trying to like coil and strike at your hand as it gets too close. And as you notice this, you pull back, and a stinger made of bone lashes out as it also begins to shift and grow legs.
Is this supposed to be what French cuisine is like? I didn't know we had to kill it first. I thought it was already dead.
Uh, 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 a, a picture pops up on the screen in your room. No, you're in horrible danger right now.
Oh dear.
Yeah, maybe if you just let me continue to cook, this wouldn't have been a problem.
Well, yes, but the food was kind of
Sounds like
tasted.
somebody's wanting to get sealed in their room with an abomination.
Well, if I kill it, I'll still be able to eat it, right?
Sure,
You don't know?
try that. Then you hear the locks click closed in your room.
Kira? Oh,
Does Kira lock the doors on these rooms?
oh,
You guys
um,
all hear your doors click lock.
No, just on Mel's, who's been repeatedly insulting the cooking.
Oh yeah, Kira, I have no emotions, huh?
Woo! Yeah, you lock the door on Valis. You're trapped in there with this creature.
an only knife and fork to defend himself.
I've said before that she can, wow, what is the word that I used for what she says? She can basically create passive aggression.
Yeah. Melis, you're not completely defenseless. There is this beautiful gun sitting on your desk you really haven't touched since it was given to you by Rattlesnake Jack.
The revolver. Jack, you may have saved my life.
You guys are all currently under attack by these strange bioorganic meals.
Amazing.
Simulate. That was the word I was looking for. She can simulate passive aggression.
I do know, like, I guarantee Rattlesnake Jack's the kind of guy who keeps his swords and knives in his room.
Of course, yeah.
Badass place to put him. He's gonna grab his chainsaw sword and just bring it down on the creature to try and kill it.
Yeah, make me a strength check.
All right, +0. Is this reckless?
I definitely think using your chainsaw in your room is reckless.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. I think reckless was reckless. +1.
It's kind of reckless to take any sort of large blunt object or like a hammer or a chainsaw and just wave it in a tight space.
Okay, give me a
tight space
+1.
where like you might have a window going out to space. Yeah.
Well, the edge is where I live, so let's see. The action is the juice. All right, it's gonna be an 8 total.
8. Okay, yeah, you hit. Roll some damage.
Okay, it's a light weapon, I believe.
I believe it is a medium weapon.
Medium weapon. Okay, medium weapon.
1d6 plus 1.
Yes, 1d6 plus 1. All right, let's roll in here. Not so good. 3 damage total.
3 damage. You hit this thing, and whatever this thing is made of, it's not made of the. It looks like the food you were going to eat, but there's something to it. And your weapon hits it, and there is just sparks flying off as if it's hitting metal.
Whoa.
That's a good thing to point out, Ash.
Yeah. So I did on my level up. I took the shoot first from the outlaw, which means that I can never be surprised, and I always go first. And
awesome. Yeah, and especially in a situation where these things just kind of appeared, you all kind of have the initiative, anyways. Yeah, but Jack, you hit this thing, Galanthus off. This thing is tough. They're made of something. But you don't really get a chance to see it because it leaps off your desk, and the motion of it moving triggers the door. Skitters out, and then closes behind it. So it is. This one of these things is now loose on the ship.
Oh, there.
Let's do Ash next, because you do have the can't be surprised.
Yeah.
So you were able to get this thing away from you before it has a chance to even attack you.
Yeah. So I think it's basically like as soon as he saw like the maw opening, he just sort of like tossed the sandwich aside, pulled out his knife, and just stabbed right into it.
Excellent.
And in the same swift motion, he whistles for Sparrow. So
absolutely, Sparrow is off the perch on your shoulder.
I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah, but this is definitely a strength.
Yeah. That I'm gonna say that's cocked. Okay. Not as good as my cocked roll, but but because it was my reroll is a total of 9.
Total of 9. Hey, that still hits. So roll for damage.
Combat knife. 5 points of damage.
That's yeah. You slam this thing down. You bring your knife and you just stab right through it. And as you do, like it is, you can feel the sort of like when you hit something hard, sort of the reverberations through your arm as you do so. And it hurts your hand a little bit. But yeah, you manage to stab this thing through. It is dead. It does manage to bite you a little bit.
Mm.
Sort of as like you stab through, like it shifts across the body to bite your arm.
Mm-hmm.
For 4 points of damage.
Jeez. Okay, so with I guess I would still have the armor on. So... 12. It's like, I think after that, as it's sort of like he's like, God, what the fuck are these things?
Yeah, this thing is now dead on your table.
I think after that he's just sort of okay. If that's one thing, grabs his shotgun and heads out the door.
Yeah, you rush out, shotgun in hand, blood gushing down your arm. Malorus, your duck leg is trying to sting you.
Some options. Can I trap it behind a force?
Yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely do so.
Okay, so Malaris is going to do that, and meanwhile, it's going to try and use telekinesis to like force that revolver to him, just in case.
Yeah. So this is so definitely make your yeah, between force ball and telekinesis, I don't see any issue for any rolling on this.
Okay.
Yeah, you manage to sort of, and the gun flies into your hand as you do this. However, you know that while it's trapped, you can't shoot it with your gun.
Yeah, so it's basically a standoff.
Yeah.
Got this trapped behind a force wall, and it's like, Kira, could you please open the door? Please?
At this point, you hear a knocking at the door. Hey Mal, what's going on in there?
You locked me in here, I think. Or what's that mother brain?
MV's enacted standard quarantine procedures for your room, so I kind of MV, can you turn that off? Can you let them out?
Please.
You get a alert that says negative. Foreign biomass located on the ship.
Cool. So Mal, I don't want you to, can you hear me okay through the door, Mal?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want you to panic too much, but I'm going to try to get you out of there. Because the whole room might be incinerated real soon.
What?
Yeah, no, that's quarantine procedure with a hostile alien life form is trap it and incinerate it. So I'm gonna try to get you out of there.
Please do.
Yeah.
I don't know how long I can keep this thing under the force field.
Well, I mean, probably until the incinerators happen. She's trying to get the door open, Patrick. I understand this is a problem I set up for myself, but I'm playing it out.
That's fair. This is going to be an agility. I'll let you use tech for this, because you're not. It's not a complicated system you're trying to do. You're just trying to act against Mother Brain and against the timer set for incineration.
Yeah. Yay. All right. So I've got a 5 and a 2, which brings it currently to an 8. I'm just going to go ahead and re-roll the 2 because you said it's tech. So there we go. The 2 became a 4, so it is at a 10.
10, excellent. You are able to quickly get through and kind of almost rip open a panel and quickly rewire it in order to bypass the sort of electromagnetic lockdown these doors have. And Malus, as you're doing this, you hear the door flip open as you see Kira standing at the door, and then something skitter behind her and past.
Oh god, there's another one. Wait, not oh god. Oh, Bim, there's another one.
I will say in this moment of distraction, make me a willpower check for your telekinesis. So for your force wall.
Okay, so this is a different one than what was in his room. Okay.
Yeah.
10.
Is this the one from
Yeah.
Rattlesnake Jack's room, or are we just getting tons of these things in the ship?
This is the one from Rattlesnake Jack's room.
Oh, the steak.
It is Malus in this moment of seeing a sentient medium rare steak with French fry legs skitter past. You have enough wherewithal to like, oh shit, this is not our only problem, and you manage to hold on to your telekinetic shielding as you can clearly tell it's trying to break out in this moment. You can sense the moment of weakness.
I'm just gonna back out of the room real quick. I'm going in the right direction, right?
Yeah. You just keep back. You gotta back out quicker than that because the door's gonna. I can only keep this open for so long because once quarantine's in.
Okay. At the sound of that, Molaris is just gonna make a full-on dash for the door.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a agility check. You have athletics. I think athletics will work in this one. Yeah, definitely athletics.
Which I do not have straight agility. At least it's a straight roll. Okay, that's good. That's good. That is not good. Mark potential.
I don't know what the failure means in this case, Patrick.
I do. Don't worry. Malus, you turn around, sprint, and are able to dive out. However, you've let down your force wall. Here, you see this thing as soon as it has a chance, leaps like 10 feet, 12 feet across the room, and just lands on Malorus and
like
the
a
bottom.
fucking...
Yeah,
Like
and
a
it just
face
goes in
hugger
for.
kind of-
It's not
yeah.
going like it's not going for like a face hug. It's just going to like
a head
sting.
crab or something.
Yeah.
Not great that you failed there.
No, but at least I get XP.
That is, yeah, that's 6 points of damage. As this thing stings, you can feel some sort of poison gushing through your system, and this thing is currently on you and attacking you. I guess you're now kind of back to the top here. Who wants to go next?
I mean, Kira's there right now, so maybe Kira, if that's okay with everybody else.
Absolutely.
She doesn't know about the steak that ran by.
No.
She's just trying to deal with this confit. So her immediate response is to take one of her big engineering boots and try to kick this thing back into the room so the door can shut on it.
Sure, yeah, this is also me agility. This is more about reaction.
Makes sense. I can't re-roll anything here, so I got an 8.
You got an 8. You kick this thing. As you kick into it, its mouth opens on its sort of kind of its belly. You only take 1 point of damage, thankfully, as you kind of kick it with your heavy boot. Some of those sort of gnarly teeth bite in. It just sails into the chamber as the door closes.
I hope you don't have anything too valuable in there because and then the flamethrower sounds.
No, I lost everything. I was building back up and I lost it again.
Yeah, it's gonna burn until all non-recognizable organic matter. We should take care of the other things and get them in an airlock or something before Mother starts doing this. Before MB starts doing this all over the ship.
Yeah,
it's nice.
You hear another thing call out. Foreign biomass detected on the ship.
Yeah, I know, MB. I'm on it. Just please don't torch everything quite yet. We'll handle it.
Yeah. Ash.
I think she's in a mood.
She really can't take criticism, can she?
No.
I think at this point, Ash is out of the room. Could he spot the stake that is skittering?
Yeah, make me a intelligence. I'll
Oh,
let you
boy.
use survival.
Okay. I have that.
Yeah, survival or yeah, really just survival if you have it.
Yeah, I got survival.
Tracking the stake.
Tracking the
Okay.
stake, tracking the
Well,
stake.
it's 2 bad rolls, but maybe I can make one of them better. It's the same thing.
Oh no.
Sounds like
Do you
somebody's
mark
marking
experience?
potential. Oh my god, really?
Mark potential.
Oh,
Mark
wow.
experience.
We're all gonna
I
get
just
killed by
call
the
it
ship,
potential.
y'all.
It is
Yeah.
we who is cooked.
You step out, shotgun at the ready. You see kind of
Bird on the
here
shoulder.
boot one of these weird creatures into a room that kind of closes and then suddenly catches fire on the inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna say there's like a little glass panel on the door so you can even see the flamethrowers going and the like little creature in the room running around shrieking.
Oh, that means Valor's watched all of his childhood memories burn.
You're
Don't worry.
welcome.
The replicator can remake a bunch of this stuff, anyways. Uh,
Yeah.
Just use a supply. But as you do that, you see main lights turn off as emergency hazards go on. And you can feel the shift. You feel the ship suddenly dropping out of the folded space.
What the hell is going on?
Enacting quarantine protocols. Redirecting to the nearest sun.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Fuck.
Oh.
And then could I possibly
Hey.
could I possibly whistle to try and see if Sparrow could like fly around and see if he could find it?
Sparrow's a weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, fortunately. Sparrow's out there with you, so if you wanted to command it to attack.
Yeah, but
you
I
can do
didn't see
so.
it, so. All right. Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
my turn.
actually, I think no, maybe you can do that next round. At least in
Yeah.
this instance, if you're trying to track it.
Yeah.
Jack, Malorus wants to go next.
Follow that stake. So right now we just can't find them is the thing, right?
Yeah, you stepped out and you kind of see that you're all kind of clustered in this hallway. And then of course the lights turn off. Quarantine protocol has been enacted. If you want to try to go off and try to search for this thing, it's intelligence, and
Survival again.
survival. Yeah, intelligence and survival.
Okay, I
Sure
do
you
have
can roll better than me.
I wonder though, talking to Malish about how to lure out his spore brother Marasmus gives me some idea. We gotta, lure them out, give them what they want. What they seem to want is to attack us. So, what I'm gonna do, throw down my chain sword, put my pistol, like trying to hide it, like in my coat. Drop on the ground, roll down the hallway, plot myself into like a big open area, and just lay there, being like, "Look at me, just a piece of food on the plate. Come on and eat."
This
Try
is
to-
absolutely a willpower check. Use manipulation if you got it.
Oh, I don't have it. Is it reckless?
Is that
It is
reckless?
definitely
That's
reckless.
what I wanted to hear. So my willpower is +1, so it's a +2.
Yeah.
All right, come on. Ooh, very good. A 10.
10. Okay, yeah, you look, your bait is successful in so fact that it attacks you.
Oh, cool.
So I mean, you're gonna take damage on a success. Only 1 point, thankfully.
Okay.
As you kind of roll down there and spread eagle across the ground, you guys see from and Kira, you noticed this actually. You're very familiar with the ship. It was up in kind of some of in a section that kind of runs the length of the ship, which is the matter reclamation systems.
Hmm.
This thing was up there, and it jumps down and lands on a rattlesnake Jack, who like grabs onto it, is like wrestling with this thing as like bites into his like kind of bites onto his like pectoral muscle and kind of gets a little bit of him. Malus, it's your turn.
All right,
Okay.
finish this thing.
Alright. So it's on Jack right now. Are we
Yes.
currently there?
Yeah, he is like maybe 15 feet down the hall from you, 20 feet.
Okay. As soon as Malaris hears finish this thing, pulls out the revolver. Okay. Just
You can
point
do this, Malaris. Shoot
and
straight.
shoot.
Okay,
Point.
shoot him in the face.
Point and shoot.
God.
You've got this, Malaris. You've got this. Literally no gun training whatsoever. Let's do this. Alright, what's the roll?
This is agility.
Agility.
This is control. This is coordination.
Okay. Oh fuck. This is gonna be a max roll. That's a 3.
3 total?
3 total.
Wow.
I
Is this
rolled a
R.I.P.
2 and a
Rattlesnake
1.
Jack shot by the gun he got as a gift for his friend? Oh no.
I
Shout
was
with
aiming
your own
for your
gun.
shoulder. So. 8.
I think it's worse than that.
Oh boy. All right.
Oh no.
You fire off, and you hit the fire suppression system that's inside the ship. Between you and Rattlesnake Jack, you're just suddenly covered in this sort of fine gray mist, sort of clumping together, and the creature wrenches itself from your grasp and vanishes further into the ship.
Did I get it?
I think he might have winged it. So good shooting.
Hey, winged it. That's great. That's good, right?
Yeah,
Kinda
definitely.
turns scary.
Jedi
It's like-
Malaris. Hell yeah.
Okay, when you turn to, I'll just take this as the turn, the key
Yeah.
that this is Kira's turn. As you turn to Kira, you'll notice that she's stripping her clothes off. Okay, great. So I think this thing is going up into the systems. You all need to track that down. I need to get to my pod to go speak to Mother. Brain.
She doesn't
Don't want to
kill
get sued
us.
by the alien people. Yeah, basically, flying into the sun is not standard protocol, MB. She goes running off, like stripping off parts of her clothes as she's running to get to her pod.
Yeah.
Here, it's in the vents. You're saying?
It's up in the reclamation. It's going into the reclamation system, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's up in the reclamation system. So she's got like a just sort of like a bra and like her trousers are still on. I'll take you to where it goes. If that's like something she can do, Patrick, if she knows like sort of where the reclamation system goes, or
Yes, absolutely. It's part of honestly in engineering, but it's near engineering.
it's down near engineering, which fortunately is where my pod is too. So just follow me.
Yes. We need to kill things.
And as she's running, she leaves her pants behind.
What? Oh, the clothes. Whatever.
I can't go into the pod fully clothed.
as you sort of like whiz by Ash, Ash is sort of like shit.
Yes, you're gonna try to talk to Mother Burn, Kira?
That is what she's gonna try to do, but I feel like that'll have to go after what everybody else does, because.
I feel like this is all kind of still part of it.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, she gets to her pod, hooks in the port, takes off the rest of like what she has. She's just a Barbie doll, really. And yeah, like ports into Mother. To MB to try to reason with her, which is not her strong suit at all. In the least bit. She's not a trained psychiatrist. Because why not handicap myself even further and say that I feel like this is actually willpower.
Oh no, definitely willpower to try. This is if you have manipulation.
Sure doesn't. But she's
Yeah.
also the only one that can talk to her, so. I guess in this case, I know I've been acting as MB up until now, but I guess it's kind of on you, Patrick, because
It
otherwise
is.
it's real weird.
It is on me. So yeah, so you get in there, and obviously, normally when you get in there, you kind of greeted by Mother Brain, so the transfer information between you and it and her. But she gives you the cold shoulder immediately.
Okay, look, Mother Brain, I know that you've been really sad lately and all, but that's not any reason to do this. Like, flying into the sun's going to kill everything, including us, and maybe you don't feel like there's any reason to keep existing or not, but I'm trying really hard to convince people to get the upgrade so you'll be happy again, okay? So can we just not, like, kill ourselves right now, please?
Make the roll.
Okay. Mm. Yep, it went terribly. I rolled a 2 and a 3. I have a -1 on that, so yeah, I'll mark XP.
Mark XP. She kind of obviously test you. You understand where I'm coming from. But a swimsuit episode, really?
Look,
how desperate are we?
I thought that this was you being desperate. Was it me being desperate?
It's both of us.
It's both of us being desperate, right? So,
Do we have any respect for ourselves?
Into it.
Do we have any respect for ourselves, though?
No, we don't.
We should have respect for ourselves, shouldn't we?
Should we?
I don't know.
Is this why we're flying into the sun? This is not a good reason to fly into the sun, MB.
I know. But hey, look at it this way. I'm giving you all a chance to fix this.
So basically, they need to kill everything that's on board, and you're not going to fly into the sun.
Yeah, of course. I have to turn it off right away.
You mean it?
I mean it.
Okay. We're not usually this distant. We're usually more on the same page here.
I know, but
I get it. You really enjoyed the other synthetics on the ship more than me. I know that I'm just the boring one that fixes the engines. I get that. But you gotta work with me here. I'm trying real hard to be one of the host units.
I know. Maybe I'm being too hard on us.
I mean, I only have so much that they gave this particular synthetic. And I do have the wrench wench personality type. So the only kind of flirting I can do is weird and awkward and anime based.
Maybe we should get a personality swap?
I guess.
I don't know.
But, I mean, I feel like I'm this close to getting one of them to agree to buy the parts.
You see she is very mollified by this. And you on the outside, as you see Kira go in there, doors close. The emergency lights turn off, the regular lights turn back on. You're still in lockdown, but you're not, like, working through semi-darkness.
Oh, thank Ben.
So, you guys have access to the full ship. There's no internal lockdown quarantine going on. You're still headed to the sun, to the nearest star, which you do notice that there's a Mother Brain has been gracious enough to provide a countdown timer. You have 45 minutes.
Oh, thanks, Mother Brain. Appreciate the countdown timer.
Yes,
you're
pretty better than nothing.
Yeah, you're pretty deep into the dark space. So essentially, she's like, "Well, there's a star there," and just begin to immediately refold space just to launch you into it.
All right.
We need to kill it quick. How many of those
All right,
things do we have
so-
left?
Only one.
Okay, so we know the creature like it's in the vents, right? Or the reclamation.
It is in the reclamation system.
All right. What if we sent Sparrow into there, or like, can any of us fit in? Like, how big are these pipes?
Not very. They're maybe a couple inches.
I actually have an idea.
Ooh,
Like
okay.
like I sensed those creatures back on our first mission. I can sense its location, and then one of you will have to shoot it.
Oh, just yeah, I like pull out the the King Cobra, and be like,
Or-
just tell me where, man.
Or you could stick a sparrow on it. It's small enough.
Yeah, we just like I'll blast it, try and blast open the tubes, and then we can
In
get
the middle
Sparrow
of the
on, and then-
conversation, you hear a high-pitched whistle, and Sparrow just starts off.
No,
Yeah. So, Mallory, you're trying to detect this creature through your telekinetics, or through your psionics.
Scanner. Yeah, through scanner. So I have to roll with intelligence, it says.
Yes.
Try and access character's deeper thoughts or specific information, which is, where's this thing? Intelligence. Okay. 4 and a 6 plus 1 is 11.
Absolutely. You're able to kind of you take this moment to silence and desperation, I guess, and you're able to sort of pinpoint this thing is beginning to sort of move itself through the reclamation system, but not in the direction towards like not like trying to leave. It's trying to go deeper in towards the reservoir, where all the biomass for replicators are being used.
Yay.
It's trying to head to the
Yeah.
reservoir. I think it's trying to make more of itself. Is that right?
Certainly
That's exactly
sounds
what it's
like it.
doing. Malorus, you actually have a realization that this thing is, like you, spore-based.
Spore-based.
Which reminds me, because Ash left the dead one in his room, those doors have shut and the room has been blowtorched.
Yeah.
He's lost his
very-
stuff before.
Yeah, you strike me as
He's-
a kind
he's
of
pretty
Spartan.
Spartan.
Licker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Can we-
Spartan.
Can we like intercept it on the way?
Yeah, you can. Malorus
Awesome.
pointed.
Yes, I'm just pointing.
Oh no.
What
All
was
right,
and
going
let's
it's-
on?
try and like grab the
Sparrow got
chainsaw
out.
cord.
No, his sniper's still in there.
Oh.
Oh. Well,
Plunge it into like the pipes to like block it, and
Okay.
then hopefully Ash can just like unload on it inside there.
Absolutely, yeah. This is definitely going to be a agility check, I think.
Okay, is it reckless?
This is definitely reckless. You're throwing a chainsaw into a matter reclamation system.
Let's do it.
Are you purposely destroying the matter reclamation system? Because that's also what you're about to do.
Only a pipe.
It's only part of it. It's a pipe. All right, so I got a 9 total.
9 total. You hack into this thing, and it clogs it. So you have trapped it in this point.
All right, I'll be like, Ash, it's trapped. Blow it up.
The other aspect of it is
think-
that the matter being reclamated at this point in this particular pipe. The piping is black colored, and there is just sewage spraying down into the ship, being
Wow.
flicked by the chainsaw blades.
we'll fix
Yeah.
it later. We're
This
going
is
to
super
die.
gross. Ash,
Kill it,
destroy
Ash.
it.
Very uncool.
Wait, so if it's sewage in there, is there even like a space for Sparrow to get up there?
No, but you have a shotgun.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully there's not too much of a blast. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, nice, 10.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
Roll
so-
damage.
Yes. 26 plus 1 plus 2. Okay. 5, 6, 8.
8. Yeah.
Oh.
You realize in the moment like Sparrow can't really get into this. You whip around, pull your shotgun out, and absolutely just blast the end of this pipe that's now been kind of separated. It is gross. But you see the you see the snake spider with its spry legs splattered to the ground, dead.
Oh.
Is anybody still gonna try and kill us now?
In response to that, the doors begin closing on in the hallway. Like
Yeah.
I'm just imagining there are multiple blast doors that can go down, and these doors are closing.
Yes, indeed. So you guys can quickly vacate as the doors close, and
Oh yeah, to incinerate. Yeah, get out of there.
obviously MB also stops the piping, so you guys can repair it later.
Okay,
But
good.
as this thing and everything that's sort of emptied out from this pipe has been incinerated and cleansed. That's the end. You guys have succeeded in some aspect of fending off these things.
We're never having French again.
Yeah, French food sucks.
Really quick question before we end this.
Yeah.
Did MB stop flying us into the nearest
Yes,
star?
MB is not.
Okay.
MB has rerouted
Good
back
question.
to Helton Skull Station.
Great. When Kira doesn't join back up with the group, F1D0 shows up. Hey everybody, I'm F1D0 or Fido. How's it going? Hi. I'm in a direct line with Kira right now, who's in a direct line with MB.
Oh, nice. What's up?
Oh, they're all stressed out in there. It's a real mess.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
By the way, those things weren't poisonous, were they?
Might want to go to medbay just in case.
Yeah, I feel this.
Oh man, yeah, definitely. Let's get Malaris some medicine.
All
Yeah,
right,
and if any of you
get 'em
really got
off.
wounded and got sewage in the wounds, you probably should get that checked out too.
If you can have advanced medical bay.
Good idea.
Fido being a little floating metal dog, you know.
Someone pick me up, please.
All right, buddy.
Let's
That's
get,
so
let's
awesome.
get y'all down. Let's get y'all down to med bay. Oh, MB wants you to know. Yeah, okay, I got it. I bet the food doesn't seem so bad now, does it?
You
Never
bet.
said it was, MB.
I know. Well, she knows. I'm just a communications droid.
I'll hold my opinion to myself.
Yeah, that's it for tonight. We close this next segment on Crew of the Phoenix.
Not just crew. Between two stars.
With the Crew of the
With
Phoenix.
With the crew.
That was the name of the name of the episode is Between Two Stars with the Crew of the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh, cool title. When French food goes wrong.
Look, I don't know if you're French, I could have picked something like that.
That might be, yeah. Could be the title of one of the shorts from this or something, you know?
Yeah, a little vignette.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah. Oh, I can't even imagine. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, Gray Mouse, for hanging out and inquiring and being entertained. Hopefully it's entertaining. Otherwise, you're sticking around for torture, and that's something you should see somebody about.
Unless you're into it.
I was
No
literally
shame.
just going there too. I was like, hold on, never mind. That
But then
might
you
be
still
what
should
you're
see
into.
somebody about it
Just
in a different way.
just not somebody to, yeah. Somebody that knows your safe words. So we will move forward. Thank you so much. No, seriously. Thank you so much, Patrick, for running this, and thanks, Chris and Olivia, for putting this into the world. It's very fun. We're having a really good time with it. Are we doing something next Tuesday, or are we just, we're gonna wing it? Stay tuned.
So,
We could be here next
not?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
We could, or we're not.
could.
But we will be back sometime. So you got to find something to do in the interim.
Mhm.
So pull up a chair
Mhm.
and make
Make
time.
time.
table talk.
One of my worst segues of the year. Good thing we're only in
The year's
February.
still young.
Building it up, man.
Good thing we're
Building it up.
only in February. All right, everyone. We will see you very soon.
Bye.